the approach of how will we stop pushing away those parts of us that we feel are ugly about us, unacceptable. What would happen and change in our lives once we started coming back here into the body instead of believing that different body will provide us with what is missing in our life now? Let's do this comparison just to find a little bit more clarity in what is it that I am saying. Let's imagine that I am in the body that I am right now, but I freaking hate it. Every time I look in the mirror, it's not corresponding to what I believe a picture of beauty and health is. So I have this, okay, I have this idea of my body, how my body should be. And I also have the view of this body. And I view this body as flawed. I view this body as I'm a victim to it. There's something wrong with it. It needs fixing. It doesn't deserve to be here. It needs to be changed right now, because when I have body like this, there's just something wrong about me. So what is body image right now? I identify my value with this, but I view myself as this. So what I want to do, I want to become what I value, and I want to do anything to change the physicality to match the values. But what we forget, and we are not taught as, and very rarely we even find that idea in our head that it's possible to bring these values and the representation of what the skinnier body is representing, being treated in a good way, being worthy of having relationships that are fulfilling and good and helping us grow, going after our goals, feeling like we are included in a group of people that appreciates us. We can bring this back here and match it with the body we have right now. And when we have those emotions, those emotional resources, the support of that love, acceptance of that, I want the best for you, right? When we match it with the body we have, then what we choose for ourselves changes. There's no longer a pressure of time to fix ourselves to get here, because it's so painful to be here. When we bring these values we put with the skinnier body back to the body we have right now, that's when the magic happens. And then it doesn't matter that if you are 300 pounds, 125 pounds, when you understand and feel it, not just think it, feel it, that you are freaking worthy of respect, of feeling in control, of feeling accepted, of turning and loving these parts of you that are screaming for your attention instead of running away. When you feel it in your body, you make better choices. And then the body changes according to that, but it's no longer your priority, because it's just a side effect of loving the body you have right now. And then it doesn't matter if it takes you a year, 5 years, 10 years to find this balance and the harmony and normalize your eating with your body physique. Then it doesn't matter if you have extra rolls on your stomach, if you have double chin like this, doesn't matter, because you know this is not a representation of who you are. Then you actually know it, and you not just think it, you feel it. You feel your own worth, and you have it where you don't have to chase it. So just to summarize right here, there is nothing wrong with smaller bodies. There's nothing wrong with people who live in smaller bodies. There's nothing wrong with wanting to support the body in a way where it's going to release that extra weight that no longer serves us. But it's very damaging to believe that you are, excuse my French, fucked up because you overeat to compensate for the sense of deprivation. When you hide food at home so others don't see, because you don't feel safe around food, but at night when no one sees, you go there and eat. When you believe that you are less of a human because you live in a certain kind of body, that's when problems start. Because from that mindset, you choose actions that reflect the truth that you believe about your body. So when you feel shitty about yourself, you choose shitty food, shitty actions, shitty friends, shitty jobs. You are stuck in your life. But when you love what is, how you look, I'm not saying approving that, oh yeah, this is the best version of me. I'm not saying when I love myself, I then have a permission to never change. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying loving, meaning what is happening right now, how I look is valid. My history, my behavior from the past, the DNA information I received from my parents, how my health was inside my mother's womb, where I grew up in a geographical area, what society I was born into, it all influences who I am, how I look. And it's valid. It happened. I can't go back and change it. But it is in my power to recall my power back. For every single person, situation, and thing where I sold a piece of myself for the approval, I can turn it around and start approving of myself. And from that place, then start choosing better. Not because I am making myself, but as Vilma, as right here said, because it's your own choice. It comes from that. It's fueled by that positive emotion. So when we remove the belief that skinnier is better, that all is good, huge body, small body, skinny body, diseased body, body without legs, body on a wheelchair, body in a coma, all bodies are good. Assigning different moral value based on what your weight is. A decade ago, you used to do that, and it made me very miserable. Now looking back, when you're in that moment, when you fight for your ideal body image to get there instead of bringing this here. Right, guys? I hope this makes sense. And keep asking questions. I love when you guys do that because it helps me find the language that represents that truth. And that truth is visceral. It's based on emotion. It's not based on logic. That's why sometimes it's difficult to find words that describe that. But once you feel it, once you release that old trauma and those old stories and those old beliefs, once you bring, this is a mirror image, that's why I'm doing this. Once you bring the ideal body values back to the body you have right now, it's amazing how beautiful choices you start to make for yourself. And they do not start with food. They start with saying no to certain people. They start with protecting your energy. They start with taking a little bit longer look in the mirror and finding courage to say, I choose to never abandon you again. How about we walk together on this path? I was fighting with you, my body, my entire life. And all you did is kept me safe and alive. Every time I put you through a starvation of a diet or a difficult regime of exercise, or I hated your reflection in the mirror, you allowed me to take another breath. You allowed me to feel the sunshine in my skin, to feel pleasure of being kissed, to feel pleasure of music. How about we start coming back home? And from that place of I am home, no matter how badly my home looks like, I can improve it because it's my home, instead of abandoning that building and moving somewhere else. That's what I wish for each and every one of you, to start making choices that are supportive of you, not fighting with you, but who you are. Once I understood that, felt it in my body, saw a reflection of me with this loving eyes looking at me. You've been through so much. All you wanted is to be included, accepted, appreciated. and you did everything you knew how to get it, but it's not really supportive of you. How about we go this different way, this different approach of combining our forces, my belief for the better, my positive emotions, my positive intention, with the beauty of my body. My body digests the food without me interfering with it. It lets me know when I need to eat because it's hungry. It lets me know when to stop to eat because I'm satisfied. I no longer feel joy and pleasure from eating. When we do that, when we pay attention to how we feel, it's easy to leave food on the plate because you do not feel that you have to finish a meal. You have unconditional permission to eat later, so you don't have to stack yourself now. Your safety, your access to food opens up. That also helps you feel abundance in your life, abundance of choices, abundance of I can always eat later, and I can eat what I want, and I know when to stop because I no longer have fun with the food I'm eating. It's no longer satisfying. Feeling full is not satisfying, it's uncomfortable. So once you start recognizing how it feels in the body, and it will take time, it will take some training. If you are someone that is used to eating according to a script, it will take time to relearn that. But once you do, once you give yourself grace, the time and space to relearn that, everything harmonizes. And then if you overeat, who cares? The body will fix it on its own. It will normalize the next day. You will just not be as hungry. There's nothing to fix. You don't feel that pressure. You don't feel that you sinned. You don't feel guilty. You don't feel shameful. And when you don't feel that, you make beautiful, supportive choices. If it's difficult for you, if you feel scared, if you feel that you are losing a piece of yourself and you're devaluing yourself when you accept the body you have right now, when you feel that you have to just let go of the idea of the ideal, when you feel that fear, that's when the healing modality that I use, metaphysical anatomy, comes into play to help you release these negative emotions, to help you release this fear, to help you examine and see if it's even yours, so you can come back home. And again, every time I do these videos, I ask you, when you are a little baby, a little born baby, your ideal, no one thinks, oh, this baby needs to go and die because it's chubby and has rolls. No, you're perfect. They feed you because you cry for food. You stop eating because you don't want anymore, and then you eat again. There's no schedule with that little beautiful baby. When in our life, at what age? Week 6, month 2, age 5, when do we lose that? So it doesn't matter what size body you are, you can feel better about the body you have. And from that feeling better, then you make choices that reflect that. If you are interested in coming back home and feeling good about it without forcing yourself, convincing yourself, drop me a line down below. And I wanted to thank Vilna for talking with me and asking questions. This has been very helpful. And I wanted to thank you because you also helped me become a better representation right now of what is it that I am teaching and helping people do. This has been very helpful. For everybody that joined in and was watching, thank you for paying attention. It means the world to me when you interact with me. I hope this has been helpful to you. Let me know if you have different ideas, different opinions, if you have questions, and I am here to answer them. Thank you so much, guys, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.